Previously on Double D Dinosaur, Double D Dinosaur is a big dinosaur with big boobies. I have no emotions. Hunk showed us his ants. I suck at finding ants. Dr. Tater Tot showed us a bunch of phallic objects, and Mr. Robson died! Play the episode.
It is now a week later. When Double D Dinosaur walks into the waiting room, she sees on the clock that she is 5 minutes late. This isn't like her at all. Normally she makes sure that she's always on time so that people do not have to wait for her. Double D Dinosaur is clearly still feeling down. She even looks a bit disheveled. She has bags under her eyes, her clothes are not ironed, and you can tell from her eyes that she has been crying not long ago. Don't worry, she is still sexually attractive. Without even realizing he was there, Hunk stands up to comfort her.
What's going on? Did you make onion hash?
No. It's Mr. Robson. He's down for the count. Hunk's eyes open up wide.
Oh no! Oh, that's like horrible!
His empathy makes her feel even more emotional, and she collapses into his muscular arms. When her cheek rests on his veiny bicep, it feels warm. His muscular human arms remind her of those of her cat and pet, Mr. Robson.
I know how you feel.
When he says that, she hears him also getting choked up. Double D Dinosaur looks up to see if he's a bitch.
After last week's fall, one of my hands, also didn't, survive.
A lump in his throat grows audible. He looks up, points to the sky, and then says an air kiss up.
Peace.
Double D Dinosaur says rest in peace while running her thumb across her throat, like the Undertaker. Hunk grabs her shoulders and looks into her eyes with a look as if he really means it.
Listen, if you ever need a distraction or you just want to talk about it, you can always come to me.
I really appreciate that. But I'm afraid I'm not going to see you anymore after today.
What? What do you mean?
She can see on his face that he didn't see this coming. I've decided that today is going to be my last appointment with Dr. Tater Tot. I've been thinking about this for a while now. If I can actually do this, if I can ever be completely open. But now with this whole Robson thing going on, I don't think I can continue to do this anymore. For a moment, Double D Dinosaur notices panic on Hunk's face.
No, never see you again.
With a concerned look, Hunk thinks carefully about what he is about to say next.
Never see you again? But don't you think right now is actually a good time to try and open up about your feelings? Especially now that you're not feeling well. Don't get me wrong, but no one really ever goes to the therapist for fun.
With all the overwhelming negative feelings of the past week, she hadn't looked at it that way for some reason. She remembers that Hunk and Leanne have been nothing but a source of positivity since she met them. She briefly considers sexualizing him, but realizes that this may not be the most appropriate time. Maybe you're right.
And don't take this the wrong way, but this is my number. So you can bother me if you ever want to talk about anything, or talk about ants, or talk about your cat, or talk about my cat, or fuck, or anything like that, you know?
He takes a piece of paper and writes down a phone number that consists exclusively of numbers. Great. His phone number. That's so sweet of him. Double D Dinosaur starts to blush. Wow, what a long number.
And you know what they say about men with long numbers.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Then the door to Leon's office swings open.
Check this out!
Leon storms into the waiting room while pointing at his mouth.
While you're late, I learned how to blow saliva bubbles!
Double D Dinosaur blushes again as she watches Leon's central lips blow a bubble of saliva that just barely leaves his mouth. The bubble bursts within mere moments.
Hold on, I can't do it anymore now that you guys are watching.
He makes a few more attempts while Hunk and Double D Dinosaur are watching patiently. None of the attempts are very impressive.
Whatever. Come in, Double D Dinosaur.
Double D Dinosaur is sitting slumped in the chair opposite of Dr. Leon, while her thoughts have now wandered back to the loss of Mr. Robson again. She can hear Leon talking, but what he says doesn't quite register because of her wandering thoughts. With a concerned look, Dr. Leon looks at her from her head to her toenails and notices the bags under her eyes.
Had a rough night of sleep?
She snaps out of her wandering thoughts. Yeah, maybe.
You look stressed! Is there a factor that has made you more stressed than usual this past week?
That may be true.
My sweet cat, Mr. Robson, he passed away last week. Oh no! That's terrible!
Double D Dinosaur can see in his eyes that it really touches him.
How are you doing? Are you keeping your head above the water?
Double D Dinosaur shrugs her shoulders as she feels tears welling up in the corners of her eyes.
I know what it's like to lose a best friend.
Double D Dinosaur looks up at Leon questioningly.
I had a goldfish once. I forgot what his name was. Who also passed away.
Double D Dinosaur looks at Leon emotionally.
I forgot to feed him, you know. And then I flushed him down the toilet. But the toilet was getting clogged up, so he floated back up to the surface. So I actually had to flush like 3 or 4 times or something.
Double D Dinosaur looks at Leon with a sympathetic look. That must have been very hard for you.
Yeah, the plumber actually charged me more money too, because it actually happened late in the evening. That was very hard on me. So yeah, I know exactly how you feel. I wish you well.
I really appreciate that. Double D Dinosaur does feel a little more understood, and that helps.
I understand that it's all quite fresh, so let me know when you're ready to talk about it more.
As always, his warm voice calms her down a little bit more.
Impactful events such as the loss of a muscular cat can not only have a negative impact on your mental health, but they can also affect your memory. So to test the state of your stress level, I would first like to take another memory test today. Nothing intense, just answering some questions. Do you think you can handle that? You must be the funny fun in your household. Now that you live alone. Alright, I would like to ask you to close your eyes and relax as much as possible.
Double D Dinosaur closes her eyes. She likes it when Leon gives her directions. What's up with it? Whatever.
Now I'm going to ask you some questions that will make you feel stupid if you get them wrong, okay? Okay. But before we start, I'd like to ask you to remember the following number, 1983. Now, let's start. We'll start with an easy question. Do you remember the following? What is the color of my iconic tie? He doesn't wear a tie, it's a trick question. That's right! I find these things a bit too suffocating myself.
He says as he nearly bursts out of the tightest shirt ever.
Time for the second question! How many chairs are there in the waiting room? 4. That's right! Nice job! On to the next question. How many framed diplomas are on the wall in my office? 4! That's wrong! There's 6 of them! If you can't count the amount of diplomas, I can already guess how many you have hanging on your wall. Next question! What was the color of your sweet cat, Mr. Robson's color? It was pink.
Double D Dinosaur takes out the photo that she also showed to Leon earlier during the drawing test.
That's right! I knew this one wouldn't be a problem for you. We move on to the next question. What text is on the poster on the right in the waiting room?
On the right? It's not hanging there because the cat poster is on the left with hanging there. It's... relax?
That is correct! Impressive! Whatever. Time for the next question. How many weeks have you been coming here by now?
6 weeks.
That's right! Time flies, don't you think? Time for the next question. What is not in the waiting room?
Microphone.
Unfortunately, that's wrong. The correct answer was trash can. Next question! What color is the band in your hair? Red! That's right!
I'm starting to think you're just improvising these questions.
Next question! What's the first thing you ever said to me?
Tea?
Wait, you remember? I thought I was the only one who thought that was a special moment!
Of course I still remember. They lock eyes for a moment, slowing down time.
Next question! What's on the necklace of the man in the waiting room?
We?
Oh, that's right! Indeed! I didn't expect you to be so obsessed with it. Next question! What color are my eyes?
Blue?
Unfortunately, that's the wrong answer.
Double D Dinosaur thought this was a bit of a lame question. If you wanted to know that, he should have worn a "My eyes are up here" shirt. I was wrong? Let me see them. Double D Dinosaur looks deep into Leon's eyes. For a moment they forget what they're doing, which is ironic because it was the memory test.
Well, do you happen to know what the color of my belt is?
I can't seem to remember very well. Is it okay to feel it to refresh my memory?
What am I? Braille text? No, I'm just messing with you. Sure you can.
Double D Dinosaur gently slides her hand over his 10-pack, down towards his belt. She still has her eyes closed. After all, this is a serious psychological test. I already remember, she says, chuckling after feeling it for about 6 minutes. What color is Leon's belt? Leopard print, ROG RGB lights, glow in the dark, or black? Well, it's clearly not black. It's glow in the dark. Double D Dinosaur deliberately gives the wrong answer. Oops. Maybe I should just feel it again then. Again, she slowly slides her hand towards Leon's belt, this time up via his thigh, until she suddenly feels his hard knob and grips it tightly. What are you doing?
Oh, by the way, before I forget, what was the number I asked you to remember at the beginning of the test?
Huh?
1983. That's right! You can't be fooled, can you?
He says to Double D Dinosaur, who just accidentally sucked a door handle.
Very good. You answered 9 out of the 13 questions correctly. Your memory seems to be performing above average.
Double D Dinosaur holds her hands on her hips and feels superior over everyone that performed worse than her.
Anyway, I'm proud of you for giving it a shot. Double D Dinosaur, I suggest you take it easy for the rest of the day.
I will. Thanks, Leon. Double D Dinosaur is about to get up to go home, but then changes her mind. Oh, and Leon, I've been thinking about what you said, by the way. About opening my heart to the possibility of love.
I think I might have been open to this the day I first came here.
Leon nods at her kindly.
That's good to hear.
Double D Dinosaur winks at him as she walks towards the exit. Well, see you next week, Doctor.
We'll see you next week, Doctor!
Leon says with a mocking tone.
Sorry, I had a bad night of sleep.
Just when she starts to drift off, she hears something zooming past her ears. Huh? Her eyes pop wide open. She recognizes the sound immediately. The living nightmare of every person that's trying to sleep. A mosquito! You must be kidding me! Frightened, she tries to look around the darkness of her room, but in vain. Please, not tonight. I need my sleep! Then suddenly a sneaky voice appears next to her ear. She swipes her hand across her ear in an attempt to swat the mosquito away.
Do you really think you can hit me?
The mosquito demonstrates its speed by flying to her other ear within a second, and starts whispering again. Please, just go away!
Alright, but first I need some blood!
Oh no! I have to hit him before he manages to penetrate my skin! Where is he? My perfect skin!
It will be long now before I get through your skin.
Boom! Gotcha. She looks at her hand, but the mosquito is gone.
You boo! Did you really think it would be that easy? Take this!
I do not like this voice. This voice sucks. It!
No! How are you doing this?
In shock, the mosquito wipes some blood from the corners of its mouth, and then starts to collect himself again.
It seems like you will have to move even faster.
Huh?
Whoa! Bullshit right there.
I missed! No! He's simply too fast! Double D Dinosaur gets a little lightheaded due to the blood loss. Focus, Double D Dinosaur! I need to hit him as he flies past. Yes! Gotcha! Just one more time. The impact makes the mosquito almost spin to the floor.
What? That's me! How is this possible? How dare you hit me? You will regret this!
Huh? Here we go. Ready up. Fuck! No! No! I missed! Oh no! The mosquito takes a big sip of her blood. He then sloshes the drink around in his mouth.
A rich, ripe taste! A delicate hint of sweetness! Great structure!
Then he calmly spits the blood back into his wine glass. He smacks his lips and makes the annoying ah sound that some people make when they've had something to drink.
Delicious!
What? Why are you spitting it out? At least drink it!
Excuse me, I'm not a savage. Now can you please turn off the light? I'm trying to sleep and that light is so tempting that I want to fly into it all night. Because I'm a mosquito.
Double D Dinosaur hears his voice rattling further and further away as she slowly falls asleep due to the blood loss.
Yay!
Boobies! Boobies! Boobies!
Dinosaur fun fact of the day. Most dinosaurs that you know are seen as shrink-wrapped, meaning scientists saw the bony structure of the dinosaur and went, hey, what if we just put skin over that and call it a day? Dinosaurs had more muscle and meat on them, and fat. Here's some examples of modern-day animals shrink-wrapped. Can you guess what they are? It's an elephant, a rhinoceros, and a horse. Yeah. Video over.